Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you the second set of KT Rolster versus Air Force Ace on this, the first night of the new Pro League season. And this is going to be the Great Bonjour Flash for KT Rolster coming out against Great for Air Force Ace Con Light. Air Force Ace now, I believe, has 3 or 4 con players, or former con players, with Great, Firebat Hero, and who else? They've got more. Yeah, they've got more. I know they have more than just 2. Maybe they just have 2. But either way, it's feeling a lot like a little mini Samsung Con over there. And this is going to be the newest player, Great, who did not play a lot for January at the end of last year. Just ceded his spot to all the other little Zergs over there at Samsung Con, and there he is, looking very, very different than what we're used to seeing with hair. But that's what happens over at Air Force Ace. Even his haircut for Ace looks a little odd. I like the I actually like the Reach Anytime look, where it's not, or actually more where it's just like nice and it's short, but it's still got a little bit of thickness to it, and it's just like really sleek looking. But that's really short buzz cut there, like a little longer, but that's all right. We got Flash here in the bottom right in blue, and then at the top right is going to be Great in orange for Air Force Ace. And this map is, what is this one called? I know what they all look like. I don't know what they're called. Ground Zero. Okay, so Ground Zero is the one that looks a lot like Grand Line. So you got looking from Flash's position. He's at the bottom right. The bases go towards he's going towards, his actual position will be towards Great, to the north of him. And then it looks a lot like Grand Line in that, like, right next to Flash, to the left of Flash, will be a little tucked in base that you can take, a lot like, very, very similar to Grand Line. And then at the 3 and the 9 o'clock positions, there are other expansions that you can take, and unlike Grand Line, those are not islands. Those are actually regular bases with ramps on them. So that is really the notable difference between the base layout. And then of course there's the fact that unlike Grand Line, there's no big line, no big ridge in the middle, but there's a lot of lava. There's a big hole in the middle. There's some ridges, and not ridges, but like mountains, things like that. It's not really buildable in the middle with all the lava and things like that. So it does have some similarities. So and I think in particular, if you start at near positions, not just near positions, but if you both are at the top or both at the bottom, I think you'll see a lot of aggressive play, which is actually why both players are scouting the way they're doing. You're seeing that both players are scouting straight to their right next to them, right and left, because if you are at those positions, just like on Grand Line, push strategy, early game strategies are really strong. And Great playing some real tricksy here, putting up his 12 hatch at the 3 o'clock position, which is really, really aggressive, and unfortunate for him that that's actually pretty close to Flash's base. So it looks like, is this 3 hatch before pool? Did he even throw up a pool yet? Seems really freaking early. We're about 2.5 minutes in, and we already have 3 hatches down. So I think that this is 3 hatch before pool. Yes, it is. There it is. There's the pool just now going down, and Flash bulging his cheeks out, fresh off of his surgery as well. Not only did Stats have surgery for his chin, but Flash had the very, very well publicized surgery for his wrist, for his, I think it was carpal tunnel. Or it might have been something else, but I think it was something like carpal tunnel or tendonitis or something like that. Some kind of bone tendon issue going on there. But he's supposed to be back to 100%, and he's been practicing pretty hard, and he's supposed to be in great shape right now. And look at this. We've got Flash going, pulling SCVs off the line, going to fight this 3 hatch before pool with a bunker rush, and this is going to be a very, very, very dedicated bunker rush. This is not going to be a light bunker rush at all. This is not going to be a fake. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 SCVs off the line, so this is going to be extremely dedicated. And what is Great going to do? Great not going to try and push in here yet. That first bunker way out of range, so I think he's probably going to let that one go and just try and hold elsewhere. Looks like what he's trying to do now, and he's trying to put up a sunken colony as well. Those 2 Marines doing a really good job with the SCVs to keep those drones away. And now we've got Zerglings spawning everywhere, and I don't know if Flash knows about this 3 o'clock base. He probably does not, and that actually could end up being a problem for him if the Zerglings from that base start coming into play. And that sunken colony does go down, and Great is going to go for it, going to try and take down this bunker, but all the SCVs are there, and they are going to repair it, and the sunken colony does come up. It doesn't matter. Flash is going to get this base down, and that is basically GG. I don't know how much more game we have. It could go for a little while, I suppose, with this aggressive play coming in here from Great, using that second hatchery, that hidden hatchery, to actually bring in Lings in here, and actually splitting those SCVs and able to get to both Marines. So Flash is in a little bit of trouble here. Maybe it's not over yet, but that is a great bunker rush by Flash. But these extra lings from Greek, these unexpected lings, are actually doing a lot of damage here. And Flash, with only the one Rex, is going to be hard pressed to defend this. Look at him go, trying to micro with his lings or his Marines as well as he can. The other Marine does go down, so he's down to just the one again that just was produced, and some more lings coming in here for Great. And is he going to get to that Marine? No, he will not. Look at that excellent micro. That Marine with just about 5 HP or so, just barely able to hang on to dear life. And a second Marine does come out. The first Marine does go down, and this Marine is going to go down as well. So lings on SCV action right now, and SCVs are actually pretty good at this, as we just saw. We saw 3 lings go down and no SCVs die, because SCVs are the greatest fighters of all the workers. The natural expansion hatchery did go down for Great, and now Flash is going to bring back those SCVs. Needs to get his mining going again. He does not have much mining going on at all right now, but so he wants to get that going again, wants to bring those Marines home to really solidify his position. And Great with those 2 hatcheries not at all close to each other, and Flash knows that something fishy is going on here. He knows that those lings are not coming from the main or the natural. He knows that they're coming from somewhere unexpected, and he's got to suspect the 3 o'clock position, or possibly the 6 o'clock maybe, but really it's going to be he's going to check the 3 o'clock position, and it's going to be exactly where he thinks it is. And this is a ton of lings from Great. Look at that, going to bypass those bunkers, and I think he's actually going to basically go all in here. This is so many lings, and he just does not have very many drones. If those 2 larvae at the 3 o'clock position pop lings as well, it's basically an all in, and it's looking all in right now. And Flash already has 1 bunker down. Building the second bunker, has a lot of SCVs pulled off, about 8 or so off the line in order to help defend against this. And he is going to have the second bunker in there. Great, just finished his speed, but he is not going to get past the double bunker, and he's going to have to back off. So Great with all of those lings, and they are going to do absolutely nothing. And unlike drones, they can't mine, so Great is in just an absolutely terrible position here for a little bit there. It looked like he was coming back with those unexpected lings, doing a lot of damage to Flash's Marine count, but Flash with some impeccable bunker timing against those speedlings, able to defend against us. And Great going to try and sneak a couple of lings in here and try and bother that natural mineral line, and he's going to try and pick off some SCVs. Maybe picked off one, can't tell, because we were looking at coaches. But he might have managed to pick off an SCV. But really, he's just so far behind right now, Great. He's getting his lair up right now, but he has no drones. He's got no drones. He's got like 10 drones maybe total, and Flash has probably 15 plus SCVs at this time. And granted, a bunch of them were defending and things like that, but his economy is certainly not hurting too much with the 2 command centers building SCVs, whereas Great has all these Zerglings doing very, very little, although he does manage to dart in and pick off another SCV. So if Great can consistently do plays like this, do consistent harassment, and try and just keep up a little bit of pressure here and there, he may be able to work his way back into this while he drones up behind. And he is taking his natural expansion again, and now he is starting to drone up at all of his bases at this moment. And where is Flash going to go? He does have that academy going, so it looks like he's just going to be a standard M&M. He isn't going to go for any like factory build or anything like that. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense at this stage of the game to really go for that sort of a strategy when you know your opponent has lots of lings. Might as well just go with the straight M&M. That's exactly what he's doing. He's getting those 3 racks going, has the academy researching STEM, presumably, and he will be in good shape possibly for a push out in the next minute or 2. Once he starts getting some medics and probably a couple fire bats. I think he'll want to get a couple fire bats before he really pushes out here, and perhaps not, just pushing out a little bit and picking up a couple lings is Great. Was getting a little bit aggressive. And third hatchery, or the natural hatchery, is down for Great now, and he is starting to sunken up here a little bit, going to play very a little turtley, and putting up his spire at that 3 o'clock base that Flash hasn't technically seen, but I gotta think that Flash knows it's there. Even if he hasn't seen it, I have to think that Flash knows that it's there. So that is in a somewhat vulnerable position because it is so close to Flash's base. And it looks like Great coming in for a flank, but he mistimes it. Great mistimes the flank. He's trying to catch the medic Marine force on the bottom of the ramp, but they already got up to the top of the ramp, pick off both of the sunken colonies, and all of the lings do go down. This entire base is going to go down, and that, my friends, will be game. Yeah, I mean, especially if that spire goes down before he can even that's game. There's nothing left for Great to do except to type out and say GG to Flash and let Flash know that he is the Bonjour, and Yeah, and put KT up 2-0 right now. Drone sitting there in the corner just doesn't matter. Getting a Hydra Den as well as that Spire, going to try and get to Lurkers as well. It doesn't matter. There's no way Flash loses this game at this point. He is researching probably weapons on his Marines. He's getting those. He's just got too many Raxes going. He's got too many CCs. These Lings are going to try and pick off a medic, and they're not even going to be able to do that. Just not enough. He's got two sunken colonies and one creep colony, but against that force of medic Marine, it's actually not enough. It just doesn't look like there are enough other units, enough Zerglings to really stop this if Flash wanted to go for it. But it looks like Flash is going to solidify here and just hold up, maybe let his Marines all heal up before he pushes in, but he is getting time for that third and the fourth second colony to build, or just the third. Looked like Gray was going to put down a fourth to chose not to. And here come more medic Marine from Flash, and there's, yeah, I mean, you just watch this game at this point, and you wonder what Gray is going to do. I mean, there really isn't time for him to build the Hydra's Den, get a couple Hydras out, morph them into Lurkers, and get them into position right now. So the Hydra Den really isn't going to do a whole lot of anything. And the Spire, by the time it finishes, which it probably should have finished by now, he's going to start building Mutalisks, but will they be in time? It's hard to see great coming out of this. And here comes Flash, is going to go for it with all those Marines and the Fire Bats. One sunken colony goes down, and here comes some drones off the line, not going to do anything. 2 drones, 2 sunken colonies, 3 sunken colonies go down. All the drones are going down. The last sunken colony is going to get eliminated, and great force to GG. So Flash with some really nice bunker rush. Great actually had some really nice play there with the hidden Zerglings doing some damage, but just he went for that all-in Ling, and those bunkers the bunkers that Flash had at the natural expansion just saw it too early. So Flash just threw up those extra defensive bunkers, and that just put Great too far behind. He didn't have the drones to really go for a real Muto or Lurker build. And fell behind too much. So KT Rolster gets the win. They go up 2-0 on Air Force Ace. So in the next set, we're going to be seeing KT Rolster go for the sweep in their first match of the series. And I will see you guys all in that set.